everyone. Thank you for all the love, support, and messages I have been receiving. I am beyond grateful. I hope I can able to help you in any sort of ways which is possible. I am also doing one-to-one mentorship. If you want some sort of hand holding, I am even available for that. Now coming to my resources and how I managed. So in second year itself, I decided that okay, I want to crack Neet PG. Not everyone does that. It was just my affinity and how my thought process works. I was like, okay, I have to do Neet PG. I have to crack Neet PG. So we had DBMCI Live. I joined DBMCI Live, and then in second year and in third year, we covered all the 19 subjects. I had my notes. Base of cake made by a bhatia. Then in final year, we had the next care given by NMC, and it was just no ifs and buts. We were just said ki you're going to have NMC, and there was just so much of chaos everywhere. So I remember on 1st July 2023, that is when cerebellum had just initially started as well. Dr. Tripathi sir came with the next batch for students, for 19 batch students exclusively. So that is when I joined cerebellum, and BTR obviously came alongside with it. And BTR had just, ma'am had just started on BTR as such. It was always on Unacademy and everywhere. So my seniors had already recommended me to study from her. And in 17 batch senior also, I remember he went for offline BTR ma'am when ma'am has just started. So yeah, from final year itself, I started doing cerebellum mission plan, and as well as I started doing BTR. But then when we got to know that okay, there will be no next, I switched to BTR only. I did my BTR and bonus BTR in final year, and I gave TND 1.0 in final year itself, along with the Bhatia TNDs which were going on, because I love solving MCQs, so I just kept on solving MCQs. Then in internship, because even if it was not very hectic in my college, it was mentally overwhelming for me most of the times. So I had switched to BTR completely. It was then through and through BTR only. Even I remember one of the residents saying it to me that why are you just doing BTR? But again, BTR had everything for me. It was icing on the top. And then it honestly, it was all compiled modules which I completed. And one question I've been asked that how many times one should do BTR. So I suggest minimum 3 times is just minimum. For the first time, you just understand, okay, what is this? First time, it's just like your brain understanding, okay, this is the syllabus and this is all what we have to cover. Then the second time is your brain is trying to absorb what ma'am has been teaching. And the third time is when you can actively move from passive towards active. So I feel like 3 is the minimum for the basis to, you should have that minimum amount of basics. And yeah, so I have completed all END 1.0 to 6.0. I have watched all the compiled modules. Plus I had this thing that I wanted to have tick mark on all my videos. You will be seeing my BTR journey as well in the next section, so you can see it for yourself. Those which are not ticked have also been watched. So technically I had this thing that every video in BTR should have a green tick against it. So yeah, and then I gave BTR offline GTs. Now coming to a very important point, are you supposed to do BTR out of FOMO? No, you're not supposed to do BTR out of FOMO. If you have one source and if you have been studying it, my friends, they were not, they had not done BTR. They had just given ma'am ka BTR GTs, and he went on scoring AIR 54, right? So it's not about that. It's about sticking to one source and covering bases, covering anything. Like, you're not missing out on things. You need to understand. What ma'am teaches is a way of consolidation and integration. My brain needed it. I wanted to go that path. It's not necessary for you. If you are with some other coaching XYZ, and if you want to continue with that coaching and if it's suiting you, then why do you want to switch just out of FOMO? You don't need to do it. And coming back to the strike rate, I would honestly say हर कोई सब कुछ पढ़ाता है. It's just that which teacher suits you the most and which method of teaching suits you the most. So you choose that. So just don't do it out of FOMO. It's not necessary to do it out of FOMO. Okay, and if you're just doing BTR, so as ma'am also said that BTR covers most of the RR. Like I have read RR from Marrow, and yeah, it covers actually. I have don't do what I did. My thing was just my brain wanted novelty. I used to get bored. Then I used to find new ways to read things, and then my friend just shouted at me that now this is high time, just stop doing all of it. You just don't keep jumping from one source to other source. So that's not something which I would recommend to anyone to do it. But doing this, I am telling you, ma'am has covered everything, and ma'am has covered everything in her END. So as you saw also, like the binocular vision question which came, and there were 2-3 questions which were directly from BTR, and I still did it wrong. Okay, so again, preparation and on exam day battle is a very, very different thing. But all I'm trying to say is, just don't do things out of FOMO. Just stick to what you are doing, and if you are doing BTR, just BTR. Again, trust ma'am, trust the resource, and as ma'am also says that you have to solve ENDs. And as I say that END is, you should not do it passively. Nothing should be done passively, because it's very dangerous to do things passively. It will not lead you anywhere, and then you will question कि हमने तो सब कर लिया, हमने 10 12 बार पढ़ लिया, but we could not get anything. So that's the question, right? Have you done it actively? Actively is how I used to do active recall was it's like for me it was SST kind of a thing. I would just cover up table. I would have it in my page. ठीक है यहाँ पे ये point है, ये point है, ये point है. And ma'am has also said this, that have a surrogate marker. See, like from a topic, if you remember 2 points from an important topic, these are the surrogate markers. So she's like, if you remember this one thing in a page, let me give you an example. Let's suppose we are studying tumor markers or proto-oncogenes. So in your head, in that entire table, if you remember KRAS कि कौन से cancers में मिलता है, if you just remember it, you have it in your brain. Okay, you remember the entire table as well. And yeah, I hope I'm making sense to all of you. The thing is, you have to actively do it. That and ENDs play a lot of role. Whatever things ma'am leave out in videos, ma'am cover it in END. So END is must, and just you are supposed to give the paper, even if not in the live window. You are supposed to give it, and then you are supposed to watch the videos or solutions. I don't even like the idea of watching it passively through PDFs, and PDF में question देख लिया and then you just see the answer, because at that point of time your brain is not in that pressure. Okay, your brain needs to be that much stimulated, and it needs to be in that much pressure. So again, I would very, very, very openly and broadly say that it's not the source, it's you. It's always you. You have to take the agency. You cannot point blankly say that this source is not good, this source did not have strike rate, or this source had strike rate. Stop externalizing things. Try to internalize. Not to be rude, just to help you all. And yeah, now here's my BTR journey. Hope you like it. Sorry to take so much of your time. See you soon. Bye bye.
Staying up every night, smoking those candlelights, drinking no ideas. Do you want to make it forever? Do you want to be my only one? 'Cause now I really miss the way it was. Everything was beautiful with us. I think of us
I'm so sorry. I just saw my video and just I realized I was fidgeting a lot with my clutch. It was my anxiety doing. So because I wanted to authentic, I don't want to recut and remake this video. But I will make sure I don't do it in the next video. And once again, see you on the other side of the table soon.